Hi, everybody. Happy New Year 2025. I'm Tom Bray since 1954, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Since it's New Year's, it's time for us to go through that exercise we go through, right, in making resolutions for the upcoming year. So it occurs to me that there's no reason for our wonderful Lego hobby that we can't do that as well. So with that in mind, I wanted to share with you my own Lego New Year's resolutions for 2025. So, first up on my list of resolutions is to start the year off with a tidy Lego storage system. I always spend New Year's Day in my house cleaning out my kitchen, pantry, and my fridge and organizing everything for the new year. I love to cook, and it just helps me to mentally have a really organized pantry space to begin the year. So with that in mind, I wanted to adopt a similar strategy for my Lego collecting. So I'm working with an extremely limited space to display my Lego. I have to develop a system to accommodate the space. More on that in a moment. But first, I wanted to organize and put away some pieces that I've had out for the last several months. In the winter, I'm confined to a small table in my bedroom with which to build and arrange my Lego. And in the summertime, it's a little bit more flexible because I have a garage space where I can set up temporary tables and have a much bigger display if I want to. And since I'm very new at this Lego game, this is all an experiment, but I'm finding that I really enjoy having this small winter workspace and a small space to display what's important to me because it focuses my Lego collecting and forces me to come up with a system to deal with the fact that I'm not going to be able to display everything that I build for very long. So, what I did in the last week of 2024 was to put away all the army factions that I built using the Dungeons & Dragons figures, as well as a skeleton army. And what I left out were my Lions Knights armies and my Black Falcon armies, as well as my Forest Men. The factions that I did put away, I put in Ziploc bags, according to the factions, so that they're, readily available when I want to bring them back out, which I'm sure I will in the not-too-distant future. But I can bring them out an army at a time, depending upon the lore that I'm creating at the moment. And so, at the start of 2025, I'm left on display with my 3-in-1 castle, some small vintage castle pieces, a vintage Forestman hideout, as well as that modern update, and a Forestman hack of a treehouse I did not too long ago, which I'll show you this hack and how I did it in an upcoming video. In addition to all of that, there's my Lions Knights castle set that I'm currently building, and I hope to finish in the next month. It's taken me long enough. So there it is, a nice clean space and attractive display of my favorite castle with some armies standing by to protect it. Which brings me to my resolution for a new Lego system, because it's very clear to me that I can't build everything and leave it up forever. I simply don't have that space. Now, you recall in October 2024, I had a fire, and I had to take down and put away all the Lego that was in my garage on display. And I'm slowly going through and cleaning this and bagging it back up with the instructions and manuals and storing it away by the set number. But since I collect both for myself and for the future, for my granddaughter, I am finding I'm happy with the idea of putting these sets away and perhaps never bringing them out until I pass them on to her. So, there's just so much Lego to build, and the fun for me is in the building of it, as well as the creating the lore around what I've caught fire with, which is a fantasy castle world. So, in my mind, for me, my new system is going to be this. Anything not directly related to a fantasy castle world, or even if it's related but kind of in a peripheral way. For example, I'm thinking of building one of the new Oz sets and making it temporarily part of my fantasy castle world. Anyway, that'll be on display for a while and then bagged up with the instructions and put in the original box and put away for my granddaughter, or put away against the day when I actually want to build it again. So that way it's not on display for very long. Now, the manner in which I put this away I'm still experimenting with. For example, it occurred to me that, and I'm not sure it's even feasible, even possible, but the thought was it might be fun to reverse engineer putting away a set that I built. And by that, I mean, taking it apart in reverse order according to the instructions in the bags and placing it in numbered bags, new Ziploc numbered bags, so that when it's rebuilt with the same number of bags in that same order like the original set. So like putting together a brand new set all over again. And this might be fun to do for smaller sets, and I think I'm going to try it. It might be much more challenging to do for a larger set, but we'll see. And that's one of the fun things about a Lego collection. You could experiment and you can do what you want, and there's no right or wrong way of doing it, right? And now that kind of is a good segue to bring me to the sets I have in reserve and have yet to build, and the sets I have my eyes on for 2025. There are a few sets that I simply must get built that are right now stored in my closet. The Medieval Village is one, and the Viking Village is the other. I'm really looking forward to making those the basis of my Lego table display for 2025. In addition, I have the Dungeons & Dragons castle set, which might make for a very good base for the forces of darkness that battle my other factions. If there's room on my table, I would also like to build some sort of castle piece that would fit the theme of like a vampire's headquarters. Which brings me to the sets I have my eyes on that are new in 2025. Now, keeping in mind the whole vampire thing, which is top of mind right now, the set that was just released for the Harry Potter series, Malfoy Manor, looks like it has a very vampire-looking vibe to it, to my eyes, and I'm looking forward to getting a look at the set up close, because this might exactly fit the bill. Not only is it something I could use in my fantasy castle kingdom, but I can foresee, Harry Potter being an evergreen topic for Lego sets for my granddaughter in the future. So that set is a question mark as to whether or not it'll fit my needs, but one I certainly have my eyes on. A set that's a definite buy for me is the Medieval Dragon 3-in-1 set. Now this set, which looks really cool, also converts into a sea serpent, which might be really cool to use alongside my Viking Village. At the very least, this dragon is going to fit in very well with the idea of my fantasy castle kingdom, and it looks absolutely fantastic. I'm really excited about this. I'm also very excited about the spring release that's been announced of a new 3-in-1 castle. I can tell you without even seeing it that it'll be on the buy list for me and may even be purchased in multiples. Let's see, depending what it looks like. But I have great hopes for that set. And of course, also in 2025, the collectible minifigures series that has the Wolfpack figure. There's a couple of other figures in that set that I'm really looking forward to getting multiples of. I also hope that LEGO will announce a second Dungeons & Dragons collectible minifigure series. One can certainly dream, right? So there they are, my Lego New Year's resolutions for 2025. And I suppose that I should put at the top of this list the resolution to continue having the most fun possible building Lego and sharing it with you on this channel, and also hearing from you your ideas. So with that in mind, leave me a comment on what are your New Year's resolutions in terms of your Lego collecting? What sets do you have your eyes on, and what do you hope to accomplish in 2025 in your Lego hobby? Until next time, I love hearing from you. Thank you for your support, and happy building.